Hey guys, good morning. I am here live on Saturday morning in Winchester, Virginia. You've never heard of Winchester, Virginia? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to tell you all about the history of Winchester, Virginia, and talk to you about the pre-Civil War history of Winchester, Virginia. Show you some pre-Civil War homes, as well as homes that were built before the Revolutionary War. I'm right out front of our Airbnb on the corner of Braddock and Cork Street. That right there, my friends, is George Washington's office. That was his office when he represented America in the Revolutionary War. The history of Winchester, Virginia is so rich that many of the homes date back to 1727. If you're watching live, hey Josh, how are you, buddy? If you're watching live, give us a like, give us a heart, give us a comment, tell us you can hear us. So here we are. This is the corner of Braddock and Cork in Winchester, Virginia. That right there is George Washington's office. Now we're going to take you in real quickly into our Airbnb before we show you the amazing historical downtown. So this right here is our Airbnb. It was built in 1815. Have you ever been inside a home built in 1815? This home has stood the test of time. Absolutely incredible. Right here on the historic building of Winchester, Virginia. We're gonna go inside. I don't have all the lights on, but I just wanna show you around here real quickly. This home has been updated at every detail. Again, built in 1815. I hope the camera's not shaky at all. I don't have my gimbal with me, I forgot it. We're gonna go upstairs here in a second, and then as soon as we're done, we're gonna take a quick tour of this house, then I'm gonna show you around Winchester, Virginia. Winchester, Virginia has incredible Civil War history. It has Revolutionary War history as well, but there are 5 very important spots right near downtown Winchester that had to do with the Civil War. So Winchester was obviously a Confederate area, and the North, one of their biggest battle points was here because they wanted to protect the South from coming up towards areas like Baltimore. Hi, Susan. You wanted to make sure that Daniel Morgan was born here in Winchester, Virginia. Daniel Morgan was a huge general in the army, and he and George Washington together formed a Virginia militia to keep the North from invading the South at the time. The War of 1812 was fought here, the Indian-American War, so we're upstairs in our loft area. Again, this home was built in 1815. In just a second, we're going to go outside and go into downtown Virginia, Winchester, Virginia, one of our bedrooms. Look at the stone in this house. Super cool. I have no idea what a home like this sells for, but I'm going to be going to an open house here shortly. What's up, Derek? Hey, Dusty. Okay, I think we've seen enough of this. Now we're going to go outside. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have Instagram and Facebook stories that we're going to be showing here in a little bit about everything that went on this morning. This place is so cool. Hey, Diane. We ate at an incredible barbecue place, oddly for breakfast. I know that most of you know I'm from Kansas City, the king city of barbecue. But I have to tell you, this morning, excuse me while I lock this door here, this morning we had incredible barbecue here in Winchester, Virginia. Totally different than what you have in Kansas City. Different style smoke, different sauce. We had it for breakfast, barbecue brisket for breakfast. Okay, so we're gonna cross the street here. This is the main street in Winchester, Virginia. And I'm gonna take you down to this historical downtown. Check this out, the storm sewers in this city, not the city itself. The storm sewer system was founded in 1744. The city itself founded in 1727. If you weren't on a few minutes ago, what's up, Roland? This is George Washington's home, his office, where he was during the Revolutionary War. Remember, Daniel Morgan, a very famous general in militia, was here. Here's some of our family. Hey, Diane, I hope all is well in Boston. They were just finishing up at a children's museum. We were at a farmer's market. The place we ate at breakfast was a 1921 Esso gas station. So, you know, that's the trend now. Everything is going to the reuse of gas stations and auto repair shops and fire stations. Look at this children's museum right here. Again, I apologize if it's bouncy. I left my gimbal back in Kansas City. So again, if you're just now tuning in, we're in Winchester, Virginia, about an hour and a half outside of DC. What started out as a wedding has become an incredible history tour, and I've been studying up all about Winchester for the last 24 hours. So Winchester was the first city south of the Potomac River to have an electric street lamp. That first street lamp was placed here in 1917. Hey, Kay. Okay, so here's the entrance to Old Town Winchester. They've got all kinds of coffee shops, bakeries, toy stores. There's even a splash park. This morning, whoa, Roland, you've been to Winchester? Oh no, you've been to Warrenton. Okay. So, this morning we ate at the Bonnie Blue Cafe. It's about an 8-minute walk from here, so maybe a little bit far for live. But again, we had barbecue brisket, and I'm a Kansas City guy. The brisket was incredible. What I want to show you, though, is the real estate here at Winchester. It's just incredible. I mean, these beautiful homes, most of them built pre-Civil War, many of them built around the time of the Revolutionary War. Being from Kansas City, our city at Overland Park, the suburb we live in, was founded in the 1950s. Everything is new. Look at the construction here. I mean, this stuff has it's lasted the test of time. Incredible, absolutely incredible. Look how cute all these little patio restaurants are. Wow, I can't believe, Roland, that you were from Winchester. Just gorgeous homes here. I've taken so many pictures and just been so blown away by what's gone on here. So we're gonna be putting together our first story on Instagram and our first story on Facebook later this afternoon. There was a farmer's market we were at this morning. Just incredible. I was not looking forward to being here because it just seemed like it was gonna be the middle of nowhere, nothing to do. And we found this fabulous Airbnb built in 1815, over 200 years old. You'd never even know it. Just phenomenal. And for those of you that may be wanting to ever visit Winchester, I would definitely suggest one of these Airbnbs. Our family's staying at a Wyndham hotel, and they keep telling us how phenomenal the place is that we're staying. I'm gonna get off the downtown street here in a second, and I'm gonna take you off the main road to show you some of these beautiful homes. I mean, just look at the architecture. I can't even tell you how beautiful it is in person. The stonework, the detail on the shutters. I mean, just absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'm just like in love. You know you're somewhere. Oh, I took a picture of this attorney's office this morning right here because I thought that front door was so gorgeous, and I loved the way that the green windows contrasted with the black shutters. This is a super cute shoe store we popped into this morning. I always love when I'm in an old downtown and you see a Florsheim shoe sign. That's how you know you're in a historic place, if there's a Florsheim shoe center. I think I can, we're like 1 block away from popping off onto a side street. I'm hoping to check out Water Street Kitchen tomorrow. I told you this morning we were at Bonnie Blue, which is at a 1921 Esso gas station. We had the most amazing peach coffee cake. I have to tell you, my mother-in-law is gluten-free and dairy-free and sugar-free. Everything is free. And she got a look at this peach coffee cake and she had to take a taste. It was hysterical, and she was just scared to death I was going to catch her on camera and share her secret with everyone about the fact that she had just had gluten. You should have seen her face. She was blown away. Again, that was at Bonnie Blue here in Winchester. I think it opened about 2012 if I recall. So let's talk about the fact that there's Civil War sites here. This, again, was a highly coveted area of battlegrounds for Civil War. So later, hopefully if we have an opportunity, we're going to be going in and touring some of those Civil War sites. This is where the South was trying to keep the North from entering the larger cities like Baltimore and those areas north of here. I know we're walking a little fast. I'm just trying to get out of the downtown area here. I didn't realize it was as long as it is. I'd forgotten from this morning. Okay, I think the farmer's market is about wrapped up. But I'm trying to get off this street so I can take you and show you some more of these homes. They're just incredible. Up, there you go, Crum Realty for sale, for rent. We saw their main headquarters of Crum Realty here a couple of hours ago, and I stopped in, but nobody was home, so I couldn't get any information on what the properties here sell for. But what's really cool is that these homes have been here 200 years, some of them almost 300 years, and many of them have been completely redone from top to bottom. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And it just shows you that good construction and maintenance and care can go such a long ways. And you know, so many of our clients in Kansas City, they want to live in areas like Brookside and Prairie Village. And we have to remember that, you know, with charm comes maintenance. With charm comes the need for care. It's totally different than living in a suburban home in a place like Overland Park, Kansas. If you want that beautiful, rich trim and the brickwork and things like that, you've got to take the old with the new. So you're going to have squeaky floors. You're going to have floors that are sloped. It's not going to be perfect. Okay, so we are walking out of Old Town here. We're going to take a left, and we're going to go up. We're still in Loudon, but we're going to go left here. Sorry about the bus, but we're just a couple of blocks off of where I saw the most incredible homes a few hours ago when I was walking to breakfast. I would have tuned in live then, but I had the kids in tow and the cousins and the aunts and uncles, and it was just too much. Never been much of a history buff, but being here has really got me interested. And like I said, last night I spent several hours reading about what's going on in Winchester. Here's an interesting tidbit on Winchester. So as I'm walking around, I'm thinking, okay, where are these people working? How are they making a living? What are they doing? Look at the construction of this cool house. Winchester, Virginia is the home to American Woodmark, which is one of the largest cabinet manufacturers in the country. It's home to Rubbermaid, which makes all your plastic totes and things like that, and Trex Decking. How do you like that? Right here in Winchester, Virginia, about an hour and a half outside of Washington, D.C. So we flew into Reagan. It would be easier to fly into Dulles, but in Kansas City, you can't fly direct to Dulles. So we flew into Reagan. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Oh, a tropical cafe. Lots of cute cafes around here. Okay, we're gonna go this way because I wanna go one block down here and show you these really cool homes. What's up, Liz? We are live here in Winchester, Virginia, and we are giving everybody a Civil War history tour. Again, George Washington had an office here in downtown Winchester during the Revolutionary War. He later prepared a militia with Daniel Morgan, who was from Winchester, Virginia. And Winchester, Virginia had the first electric streetlight south of the Potomac in 1917. So there's just incredible history here. Winchester, Virginia was founded in 1727 with about 15 homes that were all built around a downtown square. One of the things that I just love here is I love the style. Now, this is kind of more colonial, but there's some incredible Federalist style homes here, and you just don't see that kind of stuff in Kansas City. It's not something we have. You know, we've all been back east, and we've been to Philadelphia, which has incredible history. We've been to New York, we've been to Boston. But this little nugget, an hour and a half outside of DC, is just something totally different. Hey Leslie, I hope all is well in Kansas City. It's just such a unique place. I just fell in love with it, and in the worst way, I didn't want to come here. I'm telling you, all I could think of was small town, broken Southern Virginia. But I've just been so impressed with what's going on here. All right, I think we're about 1 block away when we're going to get off this road, and I'm going to be able to show you these incredible homes that we saw this morning. It's funny, in Kansas City, and we've got a home we built for ourselves 15 years ago, and we have a little drywall crack here and there. We have a little foundation crack here and there, nothing significant. But we get I was with a lady yesterday. I was listing her home in Olathe. Her home's 19 years old. She was literally crying over a crack in her basement that had the teeniest bit of water. I mean, you could barely even see it leaking, and she was in tears. And here I am staying in a home built in 1815. 1815. The house is standing strong. Standing strong. Okay, we are 1 block away. I'm taking a right. Oh, all right, I'm gonna take a left first. I gotta show you this. These homes down here I saw earlier this morning. Now again, this is the downtown, but these were all homes and storefronts originally. This one right here, the maroon and white one, the blue and white one. I'm gonna get you a little closer and then we'll go back. These homes caught my attention this morning, and I just thought, I love the worn paint and the worn roof. Look at that roof. That is literally a wood roof. Okay, so we're gonna go back now. We're gonna go back towards Bonnie Blue. We're gonna go back towards these really cool 1700s homes built pre-Revolutionary War that I saw earlier. Later today, I promise I'm gonna get you over to a pre-Civil War or a Civil War site and really show you some more of the rich history of this area. It's wine country here too. I don't know if you knew that. I certainly didn't, but Virginia is very well known for its wine. Oh, something else. Winchester, Virginia. Everybody thinks of Washington when we think of apples. I'm talking Washington, the state on the West Coast. But Winchester, Virginia actually is supposedly the apple capital of the world. So this morning we had fried apples with our fantastic Virginia brisket. No, I did not have any Virginia ham, for those of you that are watching. I know that's disappointing, but you don't do that when you're with a lot of kosher keepers. But anyways, the apples here are really famous, and every spring they have an incredible apple blossom festival. I can't remember the exact date from my readings last night, but I want to say it's maybe the latter part of May. If you're looking to come to Winchester or be in this part of the city, hi Lee, I hope all is well in Kansas City. If you're looking to be in the Winchester, Virginia area in the Shenandoah Valley, the Shenandoah Mountains, think about staying at the Levi Wickham House. It's very easy to find. That's where we're staying, is the Levi Wickham House here in Winchester, Virginia. We are just two steps off of the downtown square. You can walk anywhere and everywhere you want to go. Don't stay at a Holiday Inn. Don't stay at the Wyndham. Stay here. Let somebody tell you the history of the area, the history of their home. The home we're staying in, again, built in 1815. It's got a piano that Eliana was playing the second we walked in last night. Books and records. Oh, speaking of records, Winchester, Virginia had one of the only American pressing facilities for Columbia Records. Records like Abbey Road, that's right, the Beatles' Abbey Road was pressed here. There were all kinds of other amazing records that were pressed here. And they stopped pressing records here in Winchester, Virginia in the 80s. I think it was 1988. Okay, so here's where we're gonna go. We're right back at our house, which is perfect because this is where I wanted to turn right and take you up this beautiful street. Okay, right here is George Washington's office. This was his office again during the Revolutionary War. He and Daniel Morgan put together a militia here to take back this country. Okay, so right there again, on the left, the stone house there with the red shutters, that's where we're staying. Built in 1815. Incredible, look at this, they have a brewery here, they have a barbecue, an incredible, look at that kids museum up on top. What a cool place. What a cool place. Okay, here we go. I love this. This is, again, not when this city was founded, but when the storm system was founded. So they've also got different sanitary sewer lids that tell you when those were founded. This city, again, founded in 1727 as the county seat of Frederick, Virginia. So Frederick, Virginia had a lot of politicians back in the 1700s and the 1800s, which makes sense. They came out of here. Look at this. Is this cool? I'm just in love with the architecture, and I'm a new home guy. I love new homes. I have always, my entire life, always lived in a new home. I build new homes, but I have to tell you what, if I could live in a place like this and do what I do and make a living, I would be in heaven. I can get over the creaky floors. I can get over the uneven floors. To have the ability to walk to places like this makes you, if you're a Kansas Citian, this makes you love places like Brookside even more. Look at this. This is a place I saw this morning I just thought was gorgeous. I love the detailing on the gutters. One more house up, I'm gonna show you copper gutters. I love the flower boxes. Again, lots and lots of buildings around here tagged with the historic stamp. This one here, this is building number 35. I think where we're staying at, the Levi Wickham house, is like number 128. Look at that copper gutter detailing. Is that incredible? Okay. I love it. Let's see, I think we are going to take a right here if I recall. We're headed towards the Bonnie Blue. Again, in a 1921 Esso gas station. I want to show you the pastry case. I know I've got a sugar problem. I love croissants. I love coffee cakes. I love muffins. I love donuts. They even had fantastic drip coffee. I'm a really big fan of good drip coffee. I prefer other things. And they did have a full-on coffee shop in there, but we had a big group and it just made the most sense. They brought it out in like a glass pot that you would have found at a garage sale in the 1980s. Just hilarious. They're running this big restaurant. Place was full. All kinds of great stuff. Have you ever heard of Pullman bread? They were grilling Pullman bread with all of your sides. Again, we got fried apples. I had a huge thing of brisket. We had incredible French toast. It was just, everything was great. And I think we'll probably go back tomorrow. Yep, okay, we're just a couple blocks away. So bear with me. Once we get to Bonnie Blue, I'll show you around. There's a really cool diner up there, and then we'll cut it loose. Perfect. Okay, here's my favorite two houses. So this is exactly what I was looking for. This one right here. When we walked by the first time, a lady and her daughter popped out with their dogs. And I was like so jealous that they lived there. And I love my house. I love our neighborhood. But look at these homes. This is true Americana. This is real American history. I'm sorry, friends, but the Country Club Plaza in Kansas City does not have the kind of history that Winchester, Virginia has. And here I am thinking the Country Club Plaza, Brookside, that area is old. About a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, I sold a home to some wonderful people, the Weavers, in Park Hill. And what's up, Shiron? And I think that house was built sometime in the late 1800s. And the inspector, we had an engineering inspector, Mark Schulte, there at the time. And I'm pretty sure he didn't think that was the oldest home that he had ever inspected. And this man's inspected over 20,000 homes, but he thought for sure it was close. And that home was still 70 plus years newer than the home that we're staying in currently, the Levi Wickham home. We're just crossing the street here. I just want to make sure there's stop signs everywhere. The last thing we need to do is get run over giving you the tour. Oh good, we'll walk up this side of the street because I really loved walking past this white home and this brick home earlier. Again, for those of you that are just tuning in, we're in Winchester, Virginia this weekend for a wedding. It's about an hour and a half outside of Dulles in Washington, D.C. area. Home to Newell Rubbermaid, Trex Decking, and American Woodmark Products, which is a cabinet manufacturer. The city was founded in 1727. Whoa, 1727. We are staying with our kids in a home built in 1815, literally 75 feet away from George Washington's office during the Revolutionary War. And again, I apologize if it's shaky. I forgot my gimbal that I did buy just specifically for things like this. A couple of months back. I need to get myself better adept to using it. It's a little confusing. I'm not going to show you the fact that they're in this beautiful 300-year-old Revolutionary War town. There happens to be a Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts. Yikes. Okay, we're going to get off of that. Definitely don't want you to be seeing that. We want you to see the history of this town. We are just another 2 blocks. I can see Bonnie Blue up here on the right. Bonnie Blue was where we had breakfast this morning. You're going to see some images of our breakfast later on our Instagram stories and our Facebook stories. Once Lerone, my director of marketing, figures out how to put them together. We may even be on Instagram TV. I don't even know what it is, but I understand it's what all the cool kids are doing. So we've got a couple of millennials here. Maybe we'll have them help us. What's up, Greg? Okay, here we go. So there's a diner straight ahead. Didn't go to the diner, but did shoot a couple of pictures of it earlier for our Instagram stories. Here's a really cool Pennsylvania Railroad freight station. We walked past it backwards this morning, and the first thing I thought is, holy cow, that's a rail station. And as we made the turn, I proved myself correct. So knowing your real estate is important. You don't want to just know what's in your town. You need to know what's around the world. That's what makes you a true expert. Okay, there's Bonnie Blue right there on the right. So we're going to go around the front to Bonnie Blue, and we're going to show you, I don't know, I guess it's probably 1 o'clock or so, maybe a little bit later. We'll see if the pastry case is still full. They actually come out with a giant plate of all their different kinds of pastries. We sat right there on that deck with those red umbrellas, and they come out with all of these pastries, all the different things, apricot, chocolate, peach. Peaches are a big deal in Virginia. But again, if you missed it before, apples are huge in Virginia. There are as many apples in Virginia. They say here that they are the apple capital, that it is not Washington State. So we sat right there with those red awnings. Oh, there's the man that was helping us with the coffee. I'm going to take you in and show you the coffee shop here in 2 seconds. Right there, that blue building, Bonnie Blue, here in Winchester, Virginia, opened in 2012. That is where we're going. That was a ESO gas station in 1921, converted to an incredible barbecue shop. The New York Times calls it one of the 13 must stop before you die barbecue restaurants in the United States. Okay. Amherst Diner might have to be a place we check out tomorrow just because how cool it looks. Very roadside 1950s. We are going to quickly go over here to Bonnie Blue. I'm going to show you these ridiculous pastries they've got, show you their coffee shop, and we're going to set you loose. And we'll be back on later this afternoon, hopefully, to show you some Civil War battle sites. Because again, Winchester, Virginia was a giant stopping ground for the North to try and keep the South from making their way up to the big cities. Some other cool history. George Washington had his office here during the Revolutionary War, and Winchester, Virginia had the first electric street lamp south of the Potomac River. Okay, so this is where we had breakfast this morning. Incredible pastries. Oh, see, they're already selling out. We did have a blueberry muffin. We had an almond croissant. We had a cinnamon roll, which they said they always sell at. It's a Saturday special. It looks like the cinnamon rolls are gone. This is the platter that they carry out and they show you They ask you if there's anything you want. We also had this peach bar. Oh, I don't even see the peach bar. Incredible peach bar. Incredible peach bar. That's a Kentucky bourbon cake there. This is where they're preparing. This man right here with the hat, this is the guy that served us our coffee this morning. Awesome guy. They've got homemade iced teas. What a cool place is this. Bonnie Blue here in Winchester, Virginia. You can get your cheese grits, you can get your brisket, you can get your coffee, your pastries. Just a super, super cool place. An hour and a half outside of Dulles. Incredible breakfast this morning, you guys. We loved it. Incredible. Thank you so much. We'll be back tomorrow. 1927 Esso gas station. Okay guys, we're gonna let you go. Enjoy your Labor Day weekend. You'll see us back here throughout the weekend. We'll be showing you Civil War sites. We'll be showing you vineyards. We'll be showing you more of downtown. Again, if you ever make it out here to Winchester, Virginia, make sure you stop at the Bonnie Blue. Have a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon.